Thanks for joining me. I'm Mike Hardigan, and today, as part of our series on reading chord changes like you know what you're doing, we're going to look at some Latin rhythms on the piano. Over the past few weeks, we've been looking at this chart, which we got from the band leader Steve Snappy Pants, and we examined how we might play keyboards if it were a pop, country, or blues tune. Today, we'll look at what you might do if Steve has a Latin band. There are so many varieties of Latin music, all with their distinct rhythms and patterns, that I could make a year's worth of videos and not come close to covering everything, and I certainly don't pretend to be an expert in all these styles. So, for this video, I'm going to focus on a groove that's kind of a generic salsa. Just knowing this basic figure will give you some excellent tools to sound really authentic if you find yourself in a situation where you need to play some Latin music. For many salsa styles, the piano plays a two-measure ostinato figure known as a montuno. Once you know the basic rhythms, you can play your montuno pattern over any written chord changes. The rhythm is a quarter note, followed by an eighth note, and then a series of quarter notes tied over the bar line up until the end of the second measure, with one last eighth note to fill in the extra space, like this. Some songs have specific melodies written for their montunos, but if you're just reading chord changes, the basic pattern is, for the first note, play the bottom note with your thumb. For the next note, play the upper notes with your fingers, and keep alternating till the end of the pattern, where you'll play the bottom note twice in a row, once at the end and once at the beginning of the next measure. Double this with your left hand an octave below, and double your right thumb with your pinky. Use the same pattern for any inversion of the chord. Now that we have the basics, let's play it with the band. So we're playing the Piano Montuno on these chords, and it's sounding pretty good. But there are a few variations we can use to make it even more interesting. One rhythmic variation to try is arpeggiating the first three notes of the pattern as eighth notes, like this. There are also some good harmonic variations. Just like the 2 is commonplace in pop and country, the 6 is a common added note in Latin music. In second inversion, try alternating the 5 and 6 as your bass notes. Line clichés work well in montunos as well, with the bass notes playing walking lines through the pattern while the upper notes stay put. This descending pattern is heard quite a lot. And so is this chromatic one. Minor keys are common in Latin music, so let's switch our progression to minor. The same variations and line clichés work just as well in minor keys. Let's look at the descending one. And the one from the 5 to the 6. Being able to improvise a good montuno, having just the chord changes, is a valuable skill to have, and you never know when it might come in handy. If you've played in any Latin bands and have any tips on patterns or rhythms for the piano, let me know in the comment section. And if you're here for the first time, I'd love for you to subscribe and follow along as we continue going through different styles of music on the keyboard every Tuesday. Next week, we'll look at playing organ for reggae. I make these videos because I believe that it's quite possible to have a good career playing keyboards and I want you to have the tools to be impressive and professional in any situation you might step into, so you'll get the call next time a keyboard player is needed. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.